YouTube, what is going on? Thank you for joining me. Master Duels is here and I am very excited. Now, what I want to show you today is this day 1 Dark Magician deck that I have been working on. Now, here it is. To start off, as you can see, obviously we have 3 Dark Magicians. You can cut this down to 2. You might think I'm crazy. You don't need 3.
Now's the time.
My ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
I wouldn't have been victorious had it not been for the help of my cards and my friends. Thank you.
What is going on, YouTube? Thank you for joining me. Before we get started in today's video, I wanted to take a moment to let you know that we are hosting 5 free entry tournaments with cash prizes every week, streamed live on Twitch. To participate in these tournaments, all you have to do is be in the Discord, link in the description. New player helpers are there to give you advice. If you have any questions or you need advice from myself, come join a stream. Link in the description. We are streaming live on Twitch 5 or sometimes 6 days a week. We'll see you there. 2 Effect Veilers, 3 Magician's Souls, 3 Magician's Rods, 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, 1 Dogmatica Ecclesia the Virtuous, 1 Dark Magician Girl, 3 Apprentice Illusion Magicians, 1 Dogmatica Fluttery, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, 1 Magicalized Fusion, 1 Nadir Servant, 1 Magician's Salvation, 1 Dark Magical Circle. You could go to 2. You don't need it. You don't need a lot of them. Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, 1. Limit 1. 3 Cross Out Designator, 3 Soul Servant. This card helps you draw cards. 2 Infinite Impermanence, 3 Dogmatica Punishments, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Skill Drain, 1 Eternal Soul, and 1 Shadal Schism. That is the main deck. For the extra deck, we have 1 Elder Entity Natis, 1 El Shadal Winda, 1 El Shadal App Cologne, 1 The Dark Magicians. Next we have Titaniclad the Ash Dragon, Quintet Magician, Ebon Illusion Magician, Link Spider, Sky Striker Ace Kogari, Sky Striker Ace Kaina, Artemis the Magistus Moon Magician, the Moon Maiden, Crystron Halquifibrax, Hedapline Anaconda, Selene Queen of Master Magicians, and 1 Access Kotalker. Now let's take a moment and we'll go through the main deck, and then we'll go through the extra deck, and I'll tell you about some of the combos and plays that you might want to be doing. So the reason why we have 2 Effect Veiler and 2 Infinite Impermanence and 2 Ash Blossoms, it's perfectly ratioed with 3 Cross Out Designators so that they work perfectly. That's the ratio. 2 of the hand traps and 3 of the designators. 3 Magician Souls, very important to the deck, helps you get your bricks out of the deck. It's a special summon. Helps you do links and whatnot. So what you'll do is you might summon a Magician's Rod, search, or they'll negate, that's fine. And then you will activate Magician Soul's effect in your hand, and you will send a level 6 or higher spellcaster from the deck to the graveyard. and then you can either special summon the Magician's Souls or that one of those spellcasters in your graveyard. That right there gives you a Link 2, and that would give you a Predator Plant Anaconda. I don't know what's going to happen until we get Dragoon. All we can do is Magicalized Fusion and bring out a Quintet Magician. So you have... We talked about the 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 or 3 Dark Magicians, whatever you want to do. You need 3 Magician Souls, 3 Magician's Rods, 3 Apprentice Illusion Magicians is good, 1 Dogmatica Fluttery, and 1 Dogmatica Ecclesia. These work together with your Dogmatica punishments. They are able to be special summoned if you have any extra deck monsters on the field. They're useful. The Fluttery can power itself up during battle. So the Sky Striker Mobilize, Engage, and the Mecha Hornet Drones is a 1-card combo to link summon. And what you want to do is you either want to start out with the Engage or one of the 2 Engages, or the single Mecha Hornet Drones in your deck. So you start out with one of the Engages, you activate the Engage, you add the Mecha Hornet Drones from the deck to your hand. You activate the Mecha Hornet Drones, and then you get to summon a token. You turn that token into a Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Kagari's effect allows you to get that Sky Strike allows you to get 1 Sky Striker spell from your graveyard and add it to your hand. So you are going to choose Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones. You add the Mecha Hornet Drones back to your hand. You activate it again. It's not once per turn. You get your second. Token, and then you're able to do whatever link summons you want with that. Primarily, what you'll do is you'll do a Link 1 to a Link Spider, and then, well, before that, you'll go from the Kagari. You'll go from Kagari and Link 1 into a Kaina, because the arrow is pointed to the bottom right. On the Kagari, the arrow is pointed to the top left. So that's something that's very important that you might not realize. Moving on, we have Magicalized Fusion. I told you about that. You're going to be link summoning your Predator Plant Anaconda, pay 2,000 life points to activate its effect, and basically use the Magicalized Fusion from your deck. The Anaconda's effect becomes Magicalized Fusion's effect, and it sends the Magicalized Fusion to the graveyard. Nadir Servant, limit 1 OCG rules. That's going to send a monster from the X deck to the graveyard, then add a Dogmatica monster from the deck or graveyard to your hand. So what I would do is I would send the Elder Entity Natis, and then I would send the Elder Entity Natis off of the Dogmatica punishment here, or off the Nadir. Basically, as soon as when the Natis hits the graveyard, you can destroy 1 card on the field. Target and destroy 1 card on the field. So you could activate Nadir, send the Natis, pop something on your opponent's side of the field, then you can search Dogmatica Ecclesia or a Fluttery. Magician Salvation. You'll see in the replay that I'm able to... What you do with this is, when you activate it, it sets the Eternal Soul from the deck. It takes it from the deck and sets it on the field. It doesn't activate it. So, now, the second effect is, while the Magician's Salvation is on the field, if you special summon a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, you can target the other one with a different name in the graveyard and special summon it. Kind of confusing, but in the artwork you can see the Dark Magician Girl pulling the Dark Magician what would be out of the graveyard. Here I have 3 cross out designators. It's good to have those. Negate. Negate them trying to negate you. 3 Soul Servant. This card is very important to help you draw cards. It's a quick play spell. It helps with a combo that your Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden, will do. We'll get to that one in a moment. So you have the Soul Servant. What you can do is you can top deck any card that is Dark Magician, or specifically lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text, besides Soul Servant. So you could place any card on top of your deck, anything related to Dark Magician. It could be a Magician's Rod, Robe, anything. It could be Magician Souls. It could be monsters. So that's what the Soul Servant does. It top decks it, and then you can banish it from your graveyard and draw a card for every Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, or Palladium monster on the field or in the graveyard. If you have a Dark Magician on the field and a Dark Magician Girl on in the graveyard, you can draw 2 cards. What you want to do is you want to summon Magician's Rod, search the deck, do whatever you do, activate its effect. When all that is said and done, before you end the turn, you're going to do a link 1 and turn that Rod into a Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden. What that is going to do is on your opponent's turn, if you activate any spell or trap effect like your Soul Servant. So you're going to set your Soul Servant and you're going to wait until your opponent's turn, activate it, and you at that moment top deck whatever you want to top deck, and we skipped a step. You must turn the Magician's Rod into the Magistus Moon Maiden, Artemis. Turn the Magician's Rod into an Artemis. Then on your opponent's turn, you're activating the quick play spell Soul Servant. Because you activated a spell on your opponent's turn, you are able to activate the Rod's effect in the graveyard, tributing a spellcaster monster on your side of the field to add the Rod from the graveyard to your hand. Recycling your Rod, allowing you to do more searches. I know it's a lot. You got your Infinite Impermanence, Negates, Dogmatic Punishment. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Send 1 monster with an equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy their monster. Solemn Judgment. To go into further depth on why you want to use this, on what you want to use this Dogmatic Punishment for, is you could send the Elder Entity Natis to the graveyard and get your pop, destroy a card on the field. You could send the El Shadal App Cologne, and then that would allow you to add the Schism to your hand, and all you have to do is negate a card to resolve that effect. We have Solemn Judgment, Skill Drain, Eternal Soul, and Shadal Schism. The Shadal Schism, you use the Nadir Servant or maybe the Dogmatic Punishment to send the El Shadal App Cologne to the graveyard. The App Cologne will add the Schism to your hand. All you have to do is discard a card. The Schism, as long as you're able to get a Magician's Soul to activate and special summon and dump those cards into your graveyard, as long as you're able to do that, and you were able to do a Dogmatica or a Nadir to pitch the app clone, and then able to activate its effect to get the Schism in your hand, you're gonna be good to activate that Schism. You're good. As for the rest of the extra deck, you have the Dark Magicians. Once per turn, if a spell or trap card is or effect is activated, you can draw one card. And then if it was a spell or trap, you can set it. And if it was a trap or quick play spell, you can activate it that turn. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon both one Dark Magician and one Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Titaniclad, the Ash Dragon. If you send it to the graveyard for the Nadir or maybe the Dogmatica punishment, it'll special summon a Dogmatica. Quintet Magician. That's what I'm using the Magicalized Fusion for. Avon Illusion Magician. For your rank 7 Xyz. Doesn't happen too much, unfortunately. Link Spider. So I'll use the Link Spider a lot with the Kagari, the Kaina, and the Sky Striker combo that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Artemis, we talked about Artemis. Predaplant. Going to use the Predaplant's effect to copy the effect of Magicalized Fusion. Selene, the Queen of Master Magicians. This is a Link 3, and when there are 3 or more spells in the graveyard, this basically becomes an access code. So you do a Link 3 summon, and by detaching the 3 counters that it gets from having 3 or more spells on the field or in the graveyard, in any graveyard, either yours or your opponent's. So you detach those 3 counters, and it special summons a spellcaster from the graveyard. Then that makes you able to do a Link 4, and that will bring you to access code. If you have any questions, join the Discord. Link in the description. We do a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel links, but I want to branch out into Master Duels. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace out. Oh, I'm also going to include a replay. Or 2 if I have them. YouTube, what is going on? We're taking a look back at this replay that I got while I was playing with the Dark Magician deck that I was just telling you about. So we're starting off with a Magician's Rod, searching the Salvation. Salvation sets the Eternal Soul from the deck. Magician's Souls sending a Dark Magician or a Dark Magician Girl to the graveyard. Now here we just got the Artemis. I set the Soul Servant like I was telling you before. On the opponent's turn, they're going to pop the Eternal Soul. I'm going to chain my Soul Servant. Top decking and the Magician's Soul. Now, Rod's effect in the graveyard, tributing the Artemis, getting it back to the hand. They attack, destroy my Magician's Soul. It's fine. We're all good. Draw for turn. We got that Magician's Soul that I top decked. So we're going to start out Magician's Rod. Search again. We're going for the circle this time. Magician's Soul. Send Dark Magician Girl to the grave. Summon the Dark Magician Girl. Summon Dark Magician. I misplayed right here. I should have activated the circle first, and the Dark Magician Banish would have been triggered. So now we're Link summoning. Link 3, this is the Selene, the Queen of Master Magicians that I was telling you about. Now because it gets a token for every spell or something like that. It got 3 tokens on it, so I'm bringing back the Dark Magician Girl. Now we're going to do a Link 4, Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker's effect, powering itself up, times 1000 for the link markers of a link monster used to summon, I believe, something like that. I was banishing stuff and I accidentally banished it. It's a misplay. But we're still going to come back. We banished our own access code, but don't worry. They pop the salvation. They attack with the synchron. Draw. Drawing for the turn. Rod. Summon the rod. They're going to Scolding it. They pay 3,000 life points to negate the summoning and destroy it. Draw. I don't have much. This is where I banish my Soul Servant, and I drew the Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. So then I activate the Engage. It adds the Mecha Hornet Drones to my hand. Mecha Hornet Drones gives me the token. There's that Sky Striker Ace token. Now I do a Link 1. Link Sky Striker Ace Link 1 Kagari. Kagari's effect, adding the Mecha Hornet Drones from the graveyard to my hand. I'm going to activate that Mecha Hornet Drones again, giving me another token. Link Summon. Link 1. Kaina. From a Kagari to Kaina, because Kaina has the arrow pointing to the bottom right. Now we are going to Link Summon again. Link 1, Link Spider. Now we have, if you want some more Master Duels content, be sure to stay around channel. Live streams on Twitch. Link in the description. We'll see you there.